versus which, but I would like to start off by saying that in the study of grammar, there's basically this long, ongoing fight between two camps. And it's between the prescriptivists, who believe that language has concrete rules that need to be abided by, and the descriptivists, who also believe that language has rules, but see language as more subject to change than the prescriptivists would like. Now, I find myself to be right in between these two camps, which frequently makes me feel like I want to stick out my hands and say, you guys, stop fighting, you're both right. All of this is to say that Brian Garner, the prescriptive author of my main usage manual, Garner's Modern American Usage, is not a fan of the word which. He thinks it's ruined more sentences than any other word in English through its overuse. On the other hand, Geoffrey Pullum, one of the editors of my descriptive Cambridge Grammar of English, says that this position of Garner's is utter bunkum and nonsense, and that upon review of the entire body of English literature, the rules about which and that are largely made up. This is why it's so hard to get a good straight answer to that versus which on the internet, because everyone is arguing at once. Because half the people say that there are definite rules, and then half the other people say the rules don't matter, dude. But a prolonged study of both camps has led me to determine that there are distinctions in usage. There is a time to use that and a time to use which. From this entire argument, from these generations of just bickering, I have sussed out two distinctions. Distinction 1, that is bad with commas. Distinction 2, which is bad with people. So let's start with distinction number 1, that is bad with commas. Now, Brian Garner says that most of the time, 9 times out of 10, in fact, he says, if you want to use a relative pronoun and you're trying to choose between that and which, you should probably use that. And if the 1 time out of 10 that you do want to use which, you're supposed to use a comma first, so a comma which. As in, the carrot, which was orange, was tasty. So you can write it that way with this little comma net, but you can also write it without, as in, the carrot which was orange was tasty. Now, the distinction between these two sentences is the distinction between non-restrictive and restrictive relative clauses, because the carrot, comma, which was orange, comma, was tasty, means that you could take out the comma bracketed clause without changing the meaning of the sentence. The carrot was tasty, but the carrot